Uh, Good evening, Doctor. Dr. Bodhi, maybe you didn't get a mic. Is it possible to get a mic? I cannot hear you.
Okay. Now, can you hear me?
Yeah. It works now. How are you today?
I'm all right, thank you. Better than yesterday. Some days are good, some days are bad.
Oh, yes.
Because of
Our
the
study.
because of that gallbladder problem, because the gallbladder has got the stones,
Yeah.
they are overflowing. So when that happens, I get all sort of pains, aches and pains here and there. So
Yeah.
hard to bear. So sometimes I feel very lethargic and down. So,
Yes.
so I have
Sorry to see that. Yeah.
that's how the system works. So we can't do much about it. Anyway,
Mm.
all right. If you're happy, we can start now. I have sent something from the Mahamangala Sutra.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I sent that to you. Uh,
Okay. I will copy it and
yeah, ninth verse of the Mahamangala Sutra. It's it's better to look at that uh, in a moment. Kanti so vasacchata samananam tadassanam. So that part is important to remember because that goes with what we have learned in our 10 wholesome actions and perfections. Okay.
is it? Yes. Sorry, I will share the screen.
Can you see that in the screen?
Uh, this one, right?
Yeah, that's the one. So the top part, yeah, that has got two parts. So I couldn't put everything at once. There's another part.
So there is another part you tap them out already.
I put two parts, top one and the bottom one.
Okay, let's check it out.
The first one is missing. Second one
Oh,
is,
yes. My mistake. Yeah,
you have to put the
I
first one
see.
first. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll talk about that first, which is a very interesting one. Yeah, ninth verse of the Mahamangala Sutra. Because last time you mentioned about Mahamangala Sutra, okay? So,
Yeah.
so I thought of bringing that to you all to have a look. So it says,
Okay.
uh, Kanti cha so vasachata. Kanti. Kanti is the word. Kanti cha. This is Kanti cha. Kanti you
And
can see.
teacher.
Yeah, Kanti you can see Kanti in the the 10 perfections.
Yes, and perfections there is Kanti.
Kanti. So it's Kanti. Now see, look at what Buddha is doing is Buddha is putting the the teachings in different perspectives for the people to understand here and there. But the words are the same. Kanti cha so vasachata. That means if a person is living with calmness, vasachata is dwelling or living the life with kanti. Kanti is uh, calmness, peacefulness, right? That is the first.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of that? Let us get the meaning. Don't worry about the words yet. So what it says is if a person kanti so vasachata, if somebody got the calmness by not attaching towards the possessions of the worldly things. Then only you can bring up Kanti or the peacefulness into your system. As I said yesterday, you have to make the six senses peace. Six senses. So you have to stop the six senses work. The six senses are always working to get the to react with the not the get to react with the worldly sources as they come to the system in upadana rupa through all six senses. So if somebody
Yes.
controls that, then that person sorry, 1 second. Sorry about that. Somebody
No
is
worries.
calling
Yeah.
from one of my friends, he's living in Sri Lanka, so he's calling. I'll give a call later, don't worry.
Oh.
Okay, now Kanti so vasachata. That means if somebody is living with Kanti, that is
Mm.
with peace, then that person will see through himself, right? See through himself
Mm.
that he has become a noble monk. That's the next part says. Samana nancha dassana.
Samanatanja.
Samana nancha dassana
Samanatanja.
dassana.
Asana.
Yeah, so you have to go for the two sounds there. Samana nancha dassana. Then kalena dhamma sakaccha. That means, as I
Mm.
said, as I said yesterday, you you preach yourself and you listen to yourself. Can you understand that I said yesterday in the
Yeah, the system
yeah
in his
yeah
own
yeah
way.
yeah yeah his own kalena dhamma sakata. Whenever that person needs, that noble person wants, he or she talks to him or her about what he or she has achieved. That is what is called kalena dhamma sakata. Etam mangala muttamang. That one I have translated. If you go to the last line, that would be a better translation. That is the unprecedented reward or the award a person can get in this life. That is what Buddha says. That is the meaning of that part, that particular verse in very short essence. But I have explained, I have written so many things to explain, but in a nutshell, that is what it is. So if a person has promoted the peacefulness in the mind or the system, the person talking to the person, him or herself, and talked about what he or she has achieved. And that achievement makes that person a noble monk, or that person achieves the noble monkhood, and
Mm.
that person go along with that. So if you look at the ninth verse of this Mangala Sutra, we can come to that later. That is what is you are going to achieve through this 10 perfection and the 10 wholesome actions.
Yes.
So that
Yeah,
is
just
how
now.
that, yeah.
Sorry to disturb you. Just now you mentioned a word, non-share. What does it mean?
Which one?
Uh, yeah, during your
Anta-
explanations, there is a word non-share, not share, maybe.
Nutshell. Nutshell means
Oh,
in short, in a nutshell.
in short, make
In
it
short.
shorten.
Yeah, yeah. In a nutshell, in essence, what that means
Oh,
in essence is nutshell.
oh, okay. Thank you so much.
That's all right. Okay, let us go to this one, the 10 10 awesome actions, then come to the perfections, then we'll go through that ninth verse of the Mahamangala Sutra, then you can get a good understanding. They are related to each other.
Okay, we will do.
Yeah, that's better. Okay, so this one is Dana Sila Bhavana, that we studied. If you go back to that, if you can kindly go back to that, Dana Sila Bhavana, Pattidana Pattanu Modana, Veyyavacha Apachayana, if you can get the list, the entire list.
Which one is 10,000 actions or
10
10
wholesome action. Yeah,
perfections?
10 wholesome action.
Okay, 10,000 actions. Which one is?
Further down, I
Okay,
think.
let's check it.
Okay. You go to that first here. Wholesome actions, not unwholesome, the wholesome. That's the one. Yeah, that's right. So go a little bit further down and we can see the list together as a flow from going from Dana, Sila, Bhavana, Patidana and all that. So if you go a little bit further down, please, further down.
A little bit down. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Down. Yeah. Stop there, please. Yeah. Yeah.
Here it is, right?
That's the one. That's the one. Very good. Very done. So it's Dana, Sila, Bhavana, Patidana, Pattanu, Modana, Veyyavacha Apachayana, Desana, Sravana, Diktiju. So as we said yesterday,
Mm.
Dana is
Getting
renunciation.
out.
Renunciation. You know what renunciation?
Renunciation. Yes, yes.
Dana is
Renunciation.
you're giving up everything. That is dana. Renunciation. But that doesn't mean that you don't eat. That doesn't mean you don't talk to the people. No, not that. You are not attached to the thing strongly anymore. That is what it says. Renunciation.
Renunciation. Yes. Yes,
Dana is
yes.
renunciation or giving up things, not no too much of attachment.
Renunciation.
Or abandoning the worldly possessions that were accepted for happiness in the past. So we accepted things in the past for happiness from the world by producing upadana roop of them in the mind, through the eyes, through the nose, through the tongue, through the ears, through the bodies, through the brain. So all these things are abundant or renunciation from them. That is called
Abandon.
dana. Then you got it? That one? Dana?
Dana. Yes.
Yeah. Good. So that is done. Dana. Then automatically what happens is automatically or effortlessly, without no effort, the
With no effort.
yeah, less no effort, no need to have effort, the six senses control by themselves because they don't have work to do as they did in the past, because you are not bringing the upadana rupa into the system anymore like what
Yes.
we did earlier. So therefore the six senses controlling six senses controls by themselves. That is sila. Sila is whenever the six senses are not working as did in the past, that is sila. when those two things are happening, dana and sila, you feel better in your life. You feel you are relieved. You feel some sort of calmness. So you feel to be like that. Therefore, you go on practicing dana and sila over and over again. That is called bhavana. Or in other words, it's a practice. It's a
Ah,
practice that
practice of
yeah, bhavana,
meditation.
some sort of meditation. Yeah, that's called meditation because it's something that gives you some calmness, calmness and peacefulness into your system. So you go on practicing that every time. When you see something, you won't attach. So your meditation is not confined to a particular time period. Your meditation is going on
Some
every
period.
here and now. In your entire day, when you get up until you go to bed, your meditation
Ah,
is going on. There is no meditation like, you are sitting in a room for 1 hour and say, I did the meditation. No, these are meditation going on for until we go from this world.
ah. So
Like
bhavana, bhavana is is a kind of practice without a certain period.
yeah, it's not for a certain period. It is for the entire lifetime.
Ah,
What
entire life.
happens is
Okay.
once you practice that, several months and years, what happens is it automatically happens without your effort. So
Ah,
it becomes the part of your life. It becomes the part and parcel of your life. It becomes the regular, what you call the day-to-day routine. It becomes a routine of the life. So you get, used to that. Now see, if we used to eat say 3 meals. People eat 3 meals. Some people eat more than that. Say to survive, only 3 meals are required. So that becomes a routine in your life. Similarly, not to get attached to things becomes a routine in your life once
yeah,
you practice for a longer period. So you don't have to do it, but it's going to happen in its own by the system.
yeah. Okay.
That is called the bhavana. It's a practice.
Practice, all kind of practice, and can bring the system happiness or something else.
It's not happiness, it's a relief. Don't say happiness because
Oh,
happiness and
relief.
unhappiness,
Okay.
be careful
Okay.
about these terms because happiness is
Just feeling.
attachment. Through attachment, you get happiness. Through
Yeah, yeah,
attachment, you get unhappiness. Without attachment, no happiness. But it is
yeah.
temporary. That's what Buddha said. It is temporary. So
should be
yeah,
should be neutral.
yeah, neutral concept.
Okay, concept. Okay.
Neutral concept is the feeling, it's experience. The calmness, peacefulness is the experience that you are getting now because of this dana and sila. You are not getting any sorrowfulness. You are not getting any unhappy situations within your system. No more. So that is by bhavana. What is the bhavana you are doing? Dana and sila. So you detach from the things as much as you can, then your six senses are well controlled. They have no work as they did in the past, they have no work to do. So, therefore, you practice that because that experience that you are getting through that gives you a better relief. some sort of experience that you're getting. That is called bhavana. Now, basically, the major part is to do with dana and sila.
Yeah, with
Major
dana and
part
sila.
is dana. I would say the major part is dana. The other things will happen automatically. If you
Yes.
start, detach from things, then automatically six senses will ask you, what happened to my previous job? No, I'm not, you are not supposed to do the previous job. Where you attach to the upadana rupa. Now it's stopped.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, your consignment is different now. Your task is different. Your task is just relax to the six
Yeah,
senses. Okay? So
exactly.
that's the
Yeah, yeah,
advice
yeah.
we are giving through the system. So then, because Buddha says, we are not born to get, stiffness or agitations like that. We are not born to, this system is not born to resist those things, because if they go, they increase, agitation or anger increases, the system itself makes so many dangerous actions, because it's not made for this. That's why Buddha said it is not made for anger, it is not made for ill will. This system is not made for that. Although people do all sort of things and get angry and retaliation, you name, everything is there. But that's why people can't control them. How they control? They destroy something to control that, but still not controlling. It's damaging others, hurting others, and hurting the person itself. So that is how they stop that. By that time, damage is done. Can you understand that?
Um,
What I said? This
could you repeat
system,
that?
our
Yeah.
system is made for peace. Our system is made for peace. Our
Yes.
system is made for compassion, as you said.
So you mean that the system is yeah is born with peace? Yeah. Automatically it is peace, right?
Yeah, this system is, we are born to this world
Mm-hmm.
to practice peace, not to
Oh,
practice anger. If you
oh,
practice
okay.
anger, what happens is our system breaks down. Our system
Breaks down. Yes.
burst. It will heat up. It will start to irritate. You get all sort of problems. Then not only
Irritate.
that, that system is going to hurt the others and hurt that person, him or herself, very many ways. That's exactly what is happening in the world now.
Okay.
For happiness, you attach to so many things very strongly, and bring all these unnecessary things, unbearable, that's the word. Unbearable actions are brought into the system. Buddha said,
Yeah.
this system is not made for that. This system is not, living for that. Can you understand? This system
Yeah.
is not living for that. This system is living for peace. That's why
Yeah. Living for peace and is designed for peace.
yeah, it's designed for peace. Quite right. Well done. Yeah, it is designed for peace. So if you are peaceful, you are with the system. If you are not, in peace, if somebody is not in peace, that person is not with the system. He is outside the system. Get all sort of problems.
Exactly. I can follow up.
So
Yeah.
you can follow what I said. So these are new things I'm telling you, but it's everywhere in the Buddha's teachings. Everywhere in the Buddha's teachings.
Yeah.
They are not for this system with the six senses. The six senses are not given for us to make anger, hatred.
Yeah,
These six senses are given us to have a peaceful life. So we have
exactly.
to make use them very wisely,
Use them very wisely. Yes.
wisely. So then to use them wisely, Buddha taught us these things and see the way you have to live, Buddha says, and try and see these things, do these things, practice these things, and see the results by yourself, how good they are, how peaceful you are, how
Yeah.
peaceful you are to yourself and the others. Then the others like you like you. So both are working together. Because first you have to make sure you're not hurting yourself. Now remember here another point. When
Mhm.
somebody, this is another point I'm talking about. Still we are here, Dana Sila Bhavana. So it's still Dana Sila Bhavana. I'm giving some, thoughts, some, good points said by Buddha here and there. So it says, we have given these things to, now see, you can't hate somebody without hating yourself, Buddha says. You can't hurt somebody without hurting you, because you have to create anger first, then you attack with anger to another person. So first you have damaged yourself, then you damage the others. Can you understand that?
Yes. Forcing.
Yeah. So if somebody is trying to attack somebody, first that person has to create anger, hatred.
Yeah.
So
The inner system, yeah, is
the
full of
system gets,
anger.
yeah, that's right, damage the system. So you have to damage your system first to damage others' system. That's the bad part. Buddha says, categorically says very, 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 important point. So no one can hurt others without hurting that person by him or herself. What a situation. Just
Mhm.
think. So, so that's why Buddha always in all sutras says, look after yourself, see what is going on. So how to control yourself? If something comes into your system, upadana rupa, be watchful about that upadana rupa, where it came from. Always be vigilant, always be watchful. That's the word, watchful. That means
Wonderful. Yeah.
watchful, you're watching. Watchful means, it's as I said, the example, if a thief is stealing something, if you are watchful about that, thief will go away. Similarly, if you are watchful about your Upadana Rupa can't stay there, they will go away. You are watchful. So
Yeah.
that is the practice, that is the bhavana. That's the bhavana. That is the practice. That's the meditation. So if you bring all these meditations together, whatever, this is the real meditation to practice to gain the calmness, to gain calmness, to experience calmness. So when you are doing these things, dana, then the sila comes in. So that's the benefit. First one you do dana, then you get the benefit sila. Once you get the benefit, you feel or you experience, relief. Then you feel like doing that again and again. That is called the practice. So practice comes from the first action of dana. Secondly, benefit. Thirdly, the experience. Through the experience, the calmness, you feel like doing that again and again. Then the Pattidana, then that particular relief or the experience that you gain, calmness experience, Buddha says don't attach to that. Pattidana, that is called Pattidana. Don't attach to that. Just,
Yes.
just leave it alone. So just say to yourself, okay, I'm experience some relief. Let it be there. I'm not going to attach to that too much. But then my process will stop there. Where am I going along this path? I'm going to go to Ditti Jew. Jew means the Jew, the term Jew. You asked me yesterday. The term Jew, there are two sounds. Ditti Jew. Jew is you stick to that without changing your decision. It's a determination. The determination to go along this path. That is called Jew. Ditti Jew.
Teach you. It means the
Jew means, Ditti means, what you get from all the six senses, what you absorb. When you,
yeah.
after dana means you have eradicate, you are not taking anything for happiness. So that is your ditti, and you stick to that is Jew. You determine to do that.
Teach you.
You, yeah, together. If you get it, the two sounds together, my intention is not to attach. And the second thing is I'm determined to not to change my decision for any reason.
Yeah.
That is Jew.
Yeah.
That is Jew.
Ah.
So Ditti and the Jew. Ditti Jew means, together my decision is firm. Firm decision, no change whatsoever.
One decision whatsoever. So, DT is a decision,
No,
firm
this
decision.
is, yeah, this is whatever I get, I'm not going to attach. So that is
Ah,
the real
okay.
ditti. But what I'm going ditti is, now see, as I said earlier, ditti means, some book says ditti is what you see, which is wrong.
Ah, what you
Because
see.
when you say what you see, all of a sudden it comes to your mind, I'm seeing from my eyes, isn't it? When you see something, you say, I use eyes only, two eyes. But Buddha says you are seeing from your all six senses.
Exactly. Not
That's
only
a,
eyes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, not only eyes, tongue, ears, you name, all six senses are contributing for you to see things. Not that's what I don't know whether you have heard this part. After enlightenment, Buddha said Chakkung Udapadi. Have you heard about that? Chakkung
Cool.
Udapadi.
Yeah, heard of it
Yeah.
before.
Chakkung Udapadi. I don't know whether you have heard about these two sounds. Chakkung Udapadi. Now I am seeing things in a different way. What is that?
Oh,
It is not seeing things from the eyes. It is seeing things from my six senses in a different manner. The world I'll see in a different manner after enlightenment. Chakkung Udapadi. That means
yeah.
I
Yeah.
got the power to see the world in a different manner. That is what Chakkung Udapadi means.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So that is
Chaku.
coming later on.
Chakudi.
Chakku means here. Chakku means what I see.
What I see.
It's like ditti, but it's chakku means putting all six together very, very strongly. That's the word.
Ah.
Very
Okay.
strongly putting
Chaku.
the six senses together. So Buddha has,
Mm.
mentioned all these things. We can look at them later. So going back to this, Dana Sila Bhavana. Now I think you have got a good understanding about Dana Sila Bhavana, what it says.
Yes.
Dana is don't attach to the relief or the experience
Relief,
that, yeah, the relief
experience.
experience that
Okay.
you get, calm experience or whatever calmness through this, don't attach to that. So that is patti dana.
Yeah.
Pattanumodana means the next one says stick to that decision, not to attach to what I get through dana sila bhavana. All are interrelated, cause and effect. So whatever I got through dana sila bhavana, I'm not going to attach to them. Then dana sila bhavana patidana is my policy or the determined way of life now.
Which
That is
one? Sorry, get lost.
Pattanumodana is
Oh,
Pattanumodana.
Padam,
Modana is,
Padam,
yeah,
no,
the
Modana.
that is the path I will follow. That is my determination. No more.
Yeah.
Dana Sila Bhavana Patidana is the path I am going to follow now. Path I am going to go along
Oh,
with.
oh, pass.
Pattanumodana.
There is a word pass within. Pass.
Pattanumodana. So, Anumodana, it's called Anumodana or Modana. Pattanumodana. So some book says Anumodana. This Pattanumodana is policy, a determined policy that I have, decided to go along with. I'm not changing that anymore. Where I am going now, I'm going to Dittiju. So actually speaking, at Pattanumodana, that person have gone, uh, you know, nearly 90% of the path. 90% of the path gone by Pattanumodana, determined.
Hmm.
But when you come to the
Determined.
Dittiju, yeah, when
Hmm.
you come to the Dittiju, you endorse that. You put the seal on. Yes. So then apachayana deshana sravan. So only Viyavacha apachayana deshana sravana, four to go, but those four are, very much with Dittiju. Now look at the next one. Viyavacha. Viyavacha means now I am accepting only impartiality, tranquility, impartiality, neutrality. That is what I am going to achieve. Veya Vacha. Because my determination is to go through Dana, Sila, Bhavana, Pattidana. That is Pattanumodana. Next to Pattanumodana is Veya Vacha. Now impartiality is totally endorsed and accepted fully. Then I respect these six actions: Dana, Sila, Bhavana, Partidana, Pattan, Modana. I respect and admire those six actions because they gave me what? The
Relief.
relief, because I was in a mess. Earlier, I was attaching to various things. My system was burning. My system particles were, compressing, squeezing, warming up, and vibrating. Now all gone. Big relief for me. Therefore, I respect this path. I admire
Oh,
this path because they are all gone away. By going through,
respect. So, what kind of respect? It means very treasure it, or something like that.
say it again.
Here the seventh step is respect. What? Yeah, the
Apachayana,
six
apachayana, apachayana,
apachayana,
apachayana,
apachayana. Yeah.
apachayana,
Um,
apachayana. So
respect. So why use respect the
your
past
system
experience?
itself says to you. It's coming from your system itself.
Ah,
It's not somebody is telling you. It's that now see, as I said, when we are doing something, the system says whenever we do try to do something in this world, Buddha says the system goes for two directions. One is either do that, or the other one is don't do that. So it says do
Oh,
it,
yes,
don't do that.
always.
Do it, don't do that. Who says that? Your system itself. So it's rather difficult to make the decision. Do this, then if what comes here is, if I do that, what are the consequences? If I don't do that, what are the consequences? Then you are in a dilemma. You don't know what to do. Always when you are going to take a decision,
Anima.
the system throws you into a dilemma. That's what Buddha says. But it comes from your system itself. No one is going to tell you. Now see, mother might say to the son, I like to see you become a doctor, right? But the son might think, no, yes, no, yes. Am I to go along that or not? Am I going to go along something else that
Anima.
I like more than being a doctor? So doctor's job is, this and that, thinking, here and there. Then asking people, reading books to find out what the doctor's tasks are. And, it's in a dilemma, something like that. So similarly, where it comes from the person's system itself. It's not somebody else's telling. Can you understand that? So
And totally,
therefore,
yes, yes.
here the respect and the admiring is coming from the system, because I have been in this mess of getting suffering for so many years from the day I born. I was suffering, suffering, suffering. Now there's a big relief. Therefore, who gave the relief? The Buddha taught to go along this path. When I practice dana, sila, bhavana, pattidana, pattanumodana, veyyavaccha, I get the relief. I am very, very, fond of that. Therefore, I'm going to respect and admire this path. That is called apacaya.
Okay.
All are
Oh, so
connected.
so so yeah, respect and mal is about the past, not others, right? Not the system and not the Buddha.
No, Buddha's teachings, it's not about Buddha. It is about
Oh,
the system you are talking about, but the system was preached by Buddha. So apparently, finally you respect a Buddha as well. You can't, you can't respect the system only because it comes to your mind. Who said
yes,
this?
yes.
So and so. The
I
Buddha. So
Yeah,
it
I'm
comes
clear now.
automatically. You respect the Buddha, of course. So it's apachayana is the respect and admiring. Then deshana sravana. Now see, deshana sravana means the system itself start to preach you. Who is preaching now? The system is preaching what the system has learned so far to go along this path.
So interesting.
So
Just
if I,
preaching.
yeah, if I go to bed every night, what I do is I remember what Buddha said, something about, say the Mahamangala Sutra. So the first verse, second verse, third verse, like that. So every day you go on thinking about what Buddha said. So who is telling you? Your system is telling you how beautiful it is,
Oh,
how calmful it is, when you are reading through that, or remembering or recalling when you go to bed until you sleep. So if you go on doing that, what happens is your system get relief from everything. You don't see bad dreams in the night, so you have a good sleep. You get up well, you go to bed well, you have a good sleep. So Buddha says all these things are happening by, in other words, you are purifying your system every day before you go to bed. Do that. That's the practice. So
Oh,
respect.
self-purify,
Purify,
self-purify.
purify, purify. So all the dirty things are not there, all gone. They can't come in. They have no place for them to come. Cruelty or the suspicious things. Suspecting somebody. All those things gone. They are not in your system anymore because your system is your you are talking about the Mahamangala Sutra, Etam Mangala Muttamang. So it's finishing with that. That's the best reward that I can get in this life. So it's something like that. Here you are respecting, you are admiring, and it's Deshana Sravana means it's it's preached by you and hearing also done by you. So you preach and you hear. You preach and you hear. Or you preach and listen. Preach and listen. That is what called Deshana Sravana. Deshana Sravana is you yourself preach to you, then you yourself listen.
Hmm, I see,
Quite
but
easy.
never experienced. Just yeah, I
You have to try
had
and
one.
see. If you now that is how you remember things in Buddha's teachings or any other things. If you go on, recalling the Buddha's teachings every here and
Mm.
now, then your system is always protecting you. Because if somebody jump at you or shout at you, who comes first? Buddha's teachings. This person, sorry, he's he's an innocent person, but he's shouting because he has gone through that 10 defilements in a matter of seconds. That is what
Oh,
comes to
that's
your,
it.
yeah, that is what comes to your mind. Then what
Yeah,
happens? You are looking at that person very calmly. He is helpless. So I have to support him. Those are the things comes to your mind now. Who is telling that? Yourself.
system.
So your system, yourself. Then who is acting
Oh,
on that? You yourself is acting. So it's listening and telling and listening and acting. So acting is dittiju, my firm decision not to go here or there. So I'm going to help that person. No attachment when you're helping. Say you try to help that person, there are so many ways. You can just ignore him and you should, Buddha says, if you get an anger thought, don't do anything. It will die out in its own. It's like a it's like a fire. If you don't put anything to the fire, it will gradually, dies out. Fire.
yeah, that sound.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you put something to the fire, so how you put fire to a thought, you create another thought to get rid of the thought that you have got. Then it will, fire will, escalate. Where you've got another thought to stop the consequences of the second thought, you create another thought. So it's no never ending chain of thoughts you are creating. Then you are burning because thought is a burning source. It burns the system.
Bonnie sauce. Yes,
That's
yes,
what Buddha says. It's quite interesting, Buddha's teachings. Very, very interesting.
yes.
So now see how beautiful this is. It says,
Really beautiful.
yeah, Dana Sila Bhavana, Pattidana Pattana Modana, Veyyava Chapita. It has got a real deep meaning. Each one is, cause and effect. Dana Sila. Due to Dana, Sila comes. Dana and Sila Bhavana comes. Dana Sila Bhavana, Pattidana comes. Because without Dana Sila Bhavana, you can't, you know, get rid of that situation, Pattidan. So you're not attaching to that. Pattanumodana, your determination comes. Then Vijayavacha, from all these five items that you have experienced, Dana Sila Bhavana, Pattidana, Pattanumodana, Veyyavaccha comes. Veyyavaccha is I have to be impartial. Otherwise, I can't go along this path. The five items before that, Dana Sila Bhavana, Pattidana Pattanumodana taught me to be with impartiality. That is what the five actions taught me, or told me, or said to me by my system. So therefore, I have to believe in impartiality and work on that. Then, because of impartiality, my system is getting more and more calmful. My experience is tremendous. I really, it's a big relief for me compared to what I had earlier. Therefore, the system automatically respect and admire. So it comes in its own. Then, after doing that, this tells you all the time, do this, do this. So it's talking through the system. Now, see, just imagine another example. Say somebody is shouting at a person who has learned this 10 wholesome actions to the deep very strongly. That person is very firm. So this fellow is shouting at that person who has learned. Who knows, who can imagine that person who is listening, that shouting? In that person's mind, all these 10 wholesome actions are going through one after the other while the other person is shouting. Then that person shouts, but this person has not accepted them. Why? That person was concentrating on the 10 wholesome action while that person is shouting. Or when that person is shouting, another person might concentrating on the 10 defilements. Then that person who is concentrating on the 10 defilements would see that person is helpless because he's going through these 10 defilements. I have to help him. So he's not going to retaliate. He's going to help that person. That's exactly what Buddha did. That's exactly what the Arahants do. Can you understand
Mm.
what I said?
Yes, yes, yes. So when the scenario arises, so
Good. That's enough.
the person practicing 10 and deeds and react, yeah, just all the 10 and actions reflect in his
Mhm.
system.
Yeah, that's right. Reflecting in his system. So that is what we have to do with Buddha's teaching. We have to make use them. So if you are making use what Buddha has said, that is bhavana. Then you are
Oh,
meditating on that when somebody is shouting at you. So,
oh,
so it's
so good. Yeah.
meditation. That's the meditation. That's the real meditation because you got an opportunity. You have to say to yourself, I got the opportunity to practice the 10, wholesome action because of that fellow who is shouting at me. So we have to thankful to that person. You are thanking that person, therefore your blood pressure won't go up.
Yes, yes, come.
Yeah. So
Mm,
you are treating that person calmly, then that fellow might think, what is happening to this man? I was shouting so many times, he's not moving even.
yes.
He's not uttering a word. He's silent, so silent. He's the first man I have seen like this, or first human being. But
Yes.
that person's mind works along the teachings of the Buddha. That person doesn't know. If by any chance that person asks you after shouting, is another point. If that person asks you some other day or on that day or some, else, how do you keep calm?
Good question.
Then Buddha said, call that person and explain what you have learned. That is the time you should explain
Yes.
A person who is desperately searching for calmness, when
Yeah,
that
yes.
person can understand what you are saying in few minutes, because he's
Yeah.
desperately looking to calm down his or her system.
Yes.
But that is a very, very rare case. It won't happen very often.
Yes.
But if that happens, you have to say to yourself, my calmness make both of us, calm. So first you thank the person, but you don't thank by telling thank you very much. When somebody is shouting at you, you should never say thank you very much, because then that person get annoyed. So what you are doing is, in
Yes.
your, in your
It's
system,
annoying.
you are saying to your system, you talk to your system, say, I'm thankful to this person who is shouting at me. Never utter a word.
Yeah, yes,
That is
yes.
called Deshana and Stravana. So your Deshana, you're preaching to yourself.
Patient.
Your Deshana and Stravana is that. That is also Deshana and Stravana. So that fellow is shouting, you are teaching yourself. So you are preaching and listening. You are not, putting your concentration on what that other person is doing. So you're not, no attention towards that. So your attention is towards Buddha's teachings, not towards the person who is shouting at you. That is how you control yourself, Buddha says. So these are the
Yes,
methods to
yes.
follow. Now, most of the people are asking how to do that. What's the method? This is the method. The Buddha has given the method. This is the method. Maybe hard at the beginning, but as you go on, if you get, few people shouting at you, by that time you can, practice this for 5 times. You will reach a higher level, so that if somebody is shouting, or doing disturbing, now see, now while we are talking, say somebody is shouting outside. If we get annoyed, we are not followed what Buddha says. If I say to myself, I'm discussing discussing Dhamma, that fellow outside is shouting, what a problem. No, don't say that, because Buddha says don't say that. That is his problem, not mine. Let him shout, we'll do our job. If he can't, we'll stop, and after a few minutes, when the shouting is finished, then you start again. That is a better way. That's what Buddha says. That is how you practice. All right.
Yes.
Okay, now we go to the parallel, the other one, the same thing, not difficult. Dana Silancha Nekkamma. It says when you do Dana Sila, you feel like Bhavana, the earlier one. Now this one says when you practice Dana Sila, the karma goes away. Dana Sila Nekkamma, no karma. So the perfections are explained in a different manner. Perfections. Dana, Sila, Nikkamma. So no karma. Karma has no place there. When you practice Dana, Sila, when you practice Dana, renunciation, Sila is your six senses are well controlled, then karma can't creep in. Karma can't come in.
Yes.
Nikkamma. Then you say to yourself earlier, again you are saying to yourself, earlier I was very unhappy with karma, and it's troubling me for the last so many years. Now karma is not coming towards me the way it came. Now panya comes. Panya is my intellectuality, or intelligence has enhanced. So that is the third one, panya. Panya is I am on the right track. I have taken the right decision. That is exactly what Panya means. I have taken the right decision. That is the Panya. That is the intelligence. That intelligence is different to the intelligence that we gain from passing an exam or something like that. That intelligence is entirely different because
Knowledge.
yeah, that's knowledge. This is wisdom. We are going towards wisdom now. Now, wisdom is impartiality. Through impartiality, tranquility, serenity, you get the wisdom. So, this path is toward that direction. Panya, then virya. So, then what you do is, it's the same as virya means it's the same as bhavana, the practice. But it says dana, sila, nekkam, panya, virya. So, dana, sila, nekkam, panya, virya means you do what you can, then the impossible part can be resolved little by little. You do
Yes.
you do the things that you can now, then the rest can be resolved little by little.
Yes,
Don't
yes, yes.
don't think negatively, I can't, it is impossible straight away. No. I will do 1%, even 0.5%. I'm happy with 0.5% I did today. That is a great achievement for me because I was in the other side. I was in the calm. Now I have come to here, Virya. Then few days time 1%, few days time 2%, like that it will increase because the experience matters. The calm experience that you gain helps you, it will direct you, it will push you to go along this path. Dhanam, Silancha, Nekkammam, Panya, Virya. Then comes the Kanti. It's in the other, the one that I say, sent to you, Kanti. Kanti Satcha. Kanti means, achieve the full calmness, peacefulness. So that is Kanti. Kanti is nothing
Kanti.
but Shanti. Shanti means calmness.
Kanti is within the 10 perfections, right?
Yeah, Kanti is calmness, full
Calmness.
calmness. So if you look at this thing that I've sent to you, Kanti, it's starting with Kanti, the ninth verse of the Mahamangala Sutra start with Kanti cha. Start with
Yeah,
Kanti.
teacher.
This is the same Kanti is there given by Buddha. Kanti so vasachyata, samananancha dassanam. So that person is gradually becoming a noble monk or it's achieving the monkhood, noble monkhood.
Mango.
Good.
Mm.
That person is gradually achieving the monkhood of noble monkhood, not a normal one. It's a noble, noble,
Noble. Noble.
noble monkhood.
Noble. It means the
Higher level.
top end,
Yeah,
high
higher
level.
level. Higher. So, and Kanti. So, Vasachyata. So, that if a person is living with peacefulness, so to come there, you have to come Dana, Sila, Nekkama, Panya, Virya, then Kanti comes here, according to the perfections. So if you come along that, Kanti won't come straight away. So in that ninth verse, in the eighth verse before that, is all explained how to come to Kanti in that particular sutra. But there is no big difference between that explanation and this. So we can always bring that to here and expand the things and see what they are. Satcha. The next one is Satcha. Now see, Kanti so Vasachyata. Satcha means accept that sound is there. Kanti so Vasachyata. This is also Satcha. So both sounds are there in that ninth verse as well. In the 10 perfections also that Kanti and Satcha sounds are there, as you can imagine. Trustworthy, this particular path is trustworthy. Then
Yes.
that is Satcha. Madhittana is my determination is that, like what you have seen here, Veya Vacha and Pattanumodana, my policy is, very well defined. So it's like that on the other side. Maditthana is my firm decision is that. So therefore, Mettu is the next one. Mettu is hereafter I am not going to produce any thoughts as I did earlier. But thoughts are sources of unhappiness, bringing the unhappiness by thoughts. So once
Hmm?
you eradicate
Thoughts, right?
the
Thoughts.
source of
Yeah, okay.
unhappiness, SOURC,
Yeah.
source of unhappiness is metta. There is a special sutra called Metta Mittanisansa Sutra. Mittanisansa Sutra, the benefits of metta. That is the sutra, the meaning of that. Metta bhikkhave cheto vimukti, which means you have no intentions in your system, everything, no attachment. Therefore, what happens is you can sleep, go to sleep well, you get up well. You sleep well, you get up with, you do day-to-day work very well. No anger, no hatred, nothing is going on in your system. That Metta Nisansa Sutra tells that. Then the last one is upeksha, it is impartiality. If you are impartial, you can imagine how good you feel, because you gain all your strength to your system with impartiality. Because you are not,
All strengths.
yeah,
Oh. So upeka,
upekha or upeksha, yeah, upekha.
upeksha. So what does it mean?
Upekha means impartial, completely impartial.
Completely impartial.
Serenity and tranquility maximum. So you are actually speaking, you have
Tranquility.
achieved the wisdom, because you have gone through all these things, and you have gone to the 10 defilements, five entrances. You have gone to the Sangyojana, 10 Sangyojana fetters. You have gone through the Paticca Samuppada, dependent origination, they say, but I don't know. I think it should be, well explained than that. Dependent origination, it should be something more than that. Paticca Samuppada is creating thoughts and, experiencing sorrow and, anger, sorrow, and, all sort of unhappy situations. So Paticca Samuppada says that through thoughts, through, producing thoughts by six senses. Avijjapatya sankara, sankarapatya vijnana, vijnanapatya namarupa, namarupatya salayatana. Salayatana is six senses. Salayatanapatya passa, they have to act. Salayatanapatya passa, passapatya vedana, then you get the feelings, happy, unhappy, and no happy. So it's happy or no happy or no sorrow. Feelings or not feelings. Experiences. Then Vedana Patya Tanha, then you attach to the happy feelings, you attach to the happy feelings, you attach to the unhappy feelings also, to shout at somebody sometimes. People are doing that. So that works both ways. So tanha patya upadana is arising or getting up. Who is getting up? Upadana patya bhava. Getting up means the things changing. Bhava. This person is going to change to a different person gradually. That is what happens, because all these uh, defilement or the unwholesome actions are within the system, by this injected by this Paticca Samuppada. So it's injecting all the bad actions into the system. Avidya Patya
Yeah,
Samuppada.
injecting all the bad actions into the system.
Then the person is going to change. The the previous harmful person is changed to a entirely different person. Could be a cruel person. Could be a, very, it's a troublemaker to the others. Who knows? So it's Jati, Jara, Vyadi, Marina, Soka. The person who was there is gone. Now new person has come with all sort of, defilements, or bad habits and so on and so forth. So that's Atya Marana, Atya Yati Jara Vyadi Marana Soka Parideva. Then the sorrowfulness spreads through the entire system now. Then that person has to experience unhappy, sorrowful feelings, not one or two, like a mountain of sorrowful feelings. That is how it says. Now, to get rid of that, Buddha gave 10 wholesome actions where you end up with dittiju. So you firmly decide not to attach to the outside world to bring happiness anymore. Attach strongly to get the happiness anymore. And in the perfections, you say you're going along the same line, not a big difference. Dana, Sila, Bhavana, Bhakti, Dana, Bhattana, Modana, Viyava, Chapajan, Desana, Sravana, Dittiju. But it's the similar situation here. Buddha has pointed out you go Dana, Sila, Nekamma, Panya, Virya, Kanti, Satya, Maditana, Mettu, Pekka. So you go to the impartiality. So
Yeah.
that finishes the entire book that I have written, believe it or not.
Yeah, but we would like to, yeah, to listen to you more because uh,
Yeah, we can go to Ratana Sutra, Mahamangala Sutra, Karaniya Metta Sutra. There are so many other sutras. So we can learn little by little. Mahamangala Sutra is a very, very interesting sutra. And it has embedded so many things together.
okay.
I have
So
written that in my language, but I have not written in English, but I can translate
um
it. Yeah. I have written
um
Mahamangala, Ratana, all these sutras, uh, but I have written only these things in English and the Dhammachakra and I'm writing the Mahasatipatthana Sutra.
okay, no worries. And I think yeah, this book is very benefited for me,
Yeah,
beneficial.
that's good. So if you concentrate on these things, you can enhance your knowledge, the panya, that is your wisdom. You can enhance your wisdom, I would say. You can enhance
Exactly.
your abilities, which are, Buddha says, our abilities are, uh, we don't know our abilities. We are going along different directions, wrong directions, without knowing our abilities. Our abilities are to attain the Buddhahood. Our abilities are attain the tranquility, attain tranquility and,
Tranquility.
yeah, bliss of Nibbana and so on and so forth. We have got that ability. But what we are doing is we are attaching too much to the outside world for happiness, temporary happiness,
Exactly.
and we lose our abilities and we just spend our time on those things without spending the time to practice. Buddha has advised us to not to do that. Just give it a go and see how good this is.
Yeah, how good it is, how beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful it is.
yeah.
Yes,
Very well,
the
very well
system.
explained by the Buddha. Any
Okay,
questions?
thank you.
Yeah, if you got any questions, you can ask now. Doesn't matter.
Not now, not now. And I am still in the state of comparing these 10, yeah,
Mhm.
wholesome actions and 10 perfections.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, that's good.
after finishing that, I will write some questions and
Okay.
hopefully you can, yeah, you can,
Explain that.
yeah, yeah.
I can bring
Okay.
answers to that. Yeah, because as you said, if you practice this dana, sila, bhavana, patidana, all these things, all that, the unwholesome things will disappear from your system. That won't happen.
Yes, never.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you so much for your time and contribution. Before ending tonight's lecture, I like to yeah do a prayer.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, and blessed by the Buddha's wonderful, beautiful, and unparalleled teachings, and blessed by the Commenter Bani's instructions, blessed by two doctors' compassionate leading and inspiring. May all sentient beings have the intention to achieve the Bodhi, such as we just learned about the last one is about what? Upa.
Perfections, perfections, and
Ah, yes,
unbroken.
yes. Yes, and quickly realize it. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Bodhi, and for your contribution, especially you are in that kind of a health situation, but you still
Yeah,
yeah
but
keep on
still
going.
I'm still, using my strength as much as I can. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, you are so compassionate, just like yeah our
Thanks
Buddha.
for the wishes. I'm very happy that you all are listening and looking at Buddha's teachings very well, which is good. All the best. We'll
Yeah,
see you
yeah,
tomorrow.
it is useful because of your repetition and your patience, and all the words also work in the system during our daily life. Yes.
Yeah, you can ask any questions, doesn't matter. I'm happy to repeat, don't worry. Okay, until you
Okay.
consolidate on that. Yeah, no worries. Thank you. Thanks for everything, and we'll see you
Yeah.
tomorrow. Okay?
So how about tomorrow?
Yeah.
Tomorrow's lecture, yeah, what's the content of tomorrow's lecture?
I'll bring something interesting to you.
Okay, a surprise.
So
Okay,
I'll bring the Maha Mangala Sutra, the very first verse, and try to.
okay.
Okay, we can go to the Maha Mangala Sutra and combine these things little by little because we have
Mm-hmm.
learned a lot. Now we can, insert here and there in that book I have written in my language. I have inserted the things said done by Buddha. So in every sutra, right at the at last. So
Okay,
at the end. So so I can explain one by one. So if you have got the Mahamangala Sutra with you, just go through the first verse. We can talk about
okay,
the first verse. Now, this is the ninth verse. So, we'll talk about the first, and we'll talk about the entire sutra in general to a certain extent, few minutes. Then we'll talk about the sutra's first verse very slowly.
and
Okay?
very slowly. Okay, so good. Okay, and at the same time, we will get some feedback from uh, the members and how would like they yeah in the coming future how they can follow you. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, no worries. Yeah. Tell me. Tell me if I'm fast, stop me, please. If I'm slow, you can
Okay.
say. Yeah.
I I think not so fast because we're so busy during the daily life, and there are some work. Yeah, so I didn't put all my heart into it. If so, if I put all my heart into it, I think it's much better. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Okay, see ya. Good night.
All the best. Take care.
All the best.